Hi, I'm John Mallos. Welcome to this live edition of Connect with me on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this Wednesday morning. Glad you're here. Today we're talking about the We Are Sikhs campaign. Who are the Sikhs here in the Central Valley? You'll find out. We have two guests in the studio today. 436 Me TV option 11. Connect with me starts right now.
Tonight I want to discuss the importance of the television medium to the American people.
And we're back here on the program on a Wednesday morning. So glad you are here because we're talking about a very important topic today. It should be very educational for both you and for me, my friends. Just a quick programming note for tomorrow. Richard Graham is going to be in here tomorrow to talk about Veterans Day. He's a U.S. veteran. He says he might bring somebody with him. As you know, Veterans Day is on Saturday, and of course the parade will take place. It's a tradition all around the country. It takes place in every city. Then on Friday, we have two people coming in from the CV Observer. We'll talk about all that very important issue of Jim Barco resigning suddenly and abruptly at Fresno State. Today's paper indicated, of course, that alcoholism, maybe a divorce, might be involved. We don't know for sure. But according to today's paper, they were even questioning as to whether or not that might be true. We'll talk to Jim Veros and George Hostetter about that on Friday. In fact, Tommy Tran and I talked about it extensively at the top of the program yesterday before all that information came out in today's newspaper. For now, my friends, you're watching us live on Comcast Channel 375. And you know what? I'm glad you are, because it's Comcast Cable. And if you don't have Comcast Cable between 10 and 11 o'clock in the morning, you can watch us over the air broadcast, 43.6, 13.1 on your television dial. Then, if you want to watch the replay of this program, it's no problem. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 13.6 YouTube, 8 o'clock tonight, 4.6 Biz TV. And then after that, of course, you can catch us on YouTube. And you can go to venturabroadcasting.com. Go to our Connect With Me webpage, and then it'll hook you up to the YouTube. All of our shows the last 5 or 5.5 years taking place here at Ventura TV. A lot of television shows and broadcasts out of this very same studio the last few years. Let me talk about the numbers first before I get into the program. Roughly, there are about 25 million Sikhs around the world. How many are there here in the United States of America? No one knows exactly. It's between 500,000 and 1 million. So try to pin that number down is very difficult. Right here in the Central Valley, there are roughly up to 30,000. That number is kind of disputable too. 30,000 Sikhs living right here in the Central Valley and in Fresno County. Sikhism, by the way, is the 5th largest religion in the world. Enough of the numbers, my friends. Let's roll the videotape, and I'll show you why I'm talking about this today. This past spring, a new ad campaign was unveiled to bring on awareness and to stop the hate crimes against the Sikh community. The narrative, mistaken identity. In many cases, Sikhs are being mistaken for Muslims, a phenomenon that gained a lot of traction after the 9/11 terrorist attacks. The video you're looking at is from August the 5th, 2012, when a gunman opened fire in Oak Creek, Wisconsin during a Sikh prayer service. 6 were killed. Shortly after the attack, the FBI began tracking hate crimes against Sikhs. The gunman in this case shot himself in the head. Since 2013, at least 3 Sikhs have been brutalized, maybe more, 1 stabbed to death right here in the Fresno area. That's why the We Are Sikhs campaign that officially kicked off in April is so important around the country, including right here in Fresno.
Sikh Americans have been a part of the fabric of the community for over 115 years. We serve on our local PTAs, in Boy Scouts, troops, run small businesses, farms, and local charities. We know that the United States is the greatest country on the earth, and we are proud to call ourselves Americans. Even our turban, which is often mistaken as a symbol of extremism, is actually a symbol to signal a turban wearer's readiness to protect all people against injustice. To put it more plainly and simply, Sikh values are American values.
You look in our community, as I mentioned before, you look at doctors, lawyers, successful business people, farmers, every aspect of life, and particularly in small business, the Sikh people that embody the American dream.
There is a real misunderstanding out there. There's a study that said 60% of Americans admit to knowing nothing at all about their Sikh neighbors. This lack of knowledge is holding back our local communities, and we must work to change it through something like We Are the Sikhs. I just think that We Are Sikhs is a great idea to promote awareness of this humble and hard-working people who don't promote themselves but should be promoted, and I wholly embrace the We Are Sikhs campaign.
We Are Sikhs campaign was launched after the 9/11 terrorist attacks because the Sikh turban was being associated with terrorism. Over the past years, we've had different organizations being involved as SALDAF, Jakarta, to bring out the Sikhs in the communities so we could be recognized and the turban could be recognized as its article of our faith.
We know that education and awareness can really cure intolerance, and that's what we want. We want to be able to live in a community where we embrace the cultural diversity and recognize that our immigrants here in the city of Fresno are an asset. Thank you.
Live in our studio right now is Amrit Pal Singh, a member of the Sikh community here in the Central Valley, and sitting next to him is Jaswant Singh from Kingsburg. He's a farmer there. They are both here to take your phone calls today. We're all in this together. We are all Americans. In fact, this program today is a little bit about religion, a little bit about stopping the hate crimes, and obviously a lot about awareness, who the Sikhs are, what do they do, where do they come from, what is their religion all about. That's what the campaign is all about that kicked off back in the spring, April of this year, my friends. You've seen the ads all over television, national television, local stations carrying those ads. We'll show you some of those ads that have been playing around the nation here during the course of the program. So today, both gentlemen are in. You're there, 436 MeTV option 11. Back with our two wonderful guests in just a moment.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Whirlpool appliances we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Touch the new Whirlpool Ice Collection. It offers a modern style made to create an inspiring kitchen experience. Save big on this Whirlpool Black Ice or White Ice kitchen. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Frigidaire. We introduced the first home freezer, the first pulsator agitator washer, and now we introduce the Frigidaire Orbit Clean dishwasher, designed with a unique wash arm that gives you 4 times more water coverage for a consistently better clean. Frigidaire, over 90 years of legendary innovation.
See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
All right, how many of you know what the Sikh religion is all about, where it comes from? Does it come from India? Is it a part of the Indian culture and the religion? Is it part of Hinduism? I don't know, my friends. That's why my two guests are here right now as Amrit and Jaswant. Good to see you, and welcome to the program, both of you. Glad you're here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And so let's start off by talking about, you know, I mentioned in the monologue about obviously the Sikh hate crimes, and these are crimes against humanity. There have been so many crimes. We'll talk about that during the course of the show. Not only around the nation, but here in Fresno, you've had your share. Have you seen a decline in some of the attacks since the campaign started? Is the campaign working? Because these ads are all over the country.
Yes, John, thank you for having us, first of all. Definitely the campaign has worked, and but our intention is not to The people who are robbing these stores or hurting the store owners, they are not the ones who are watching these ads. The people who are watching these ads are the middle class people, our neighbors, who are not aware and or have big misunderstandings who we are just because we wear a turban. And those are the people who we want to reach out and tell our story.
Yeah, and your story is what?
Our story is that we wear turban because the turban wearing person is a Sikh who is willing to serve his community and or is available at any given time to serve anybody in the world who will come or reach to him or her. But the turban is connected to 9/11, and people, our Sikh community was targeted, was intimidated, was harassed all around the country.
Yes.
Just because they did not know what the meaning of turban is.
Yeah, and let me have you jump in here, Jaswant, and what does the turban mean? What is the meaning of the turban? Because a lot of people, as Amrit said, they mistake you for a Muslim. They think you're Muslim. They see the beard, they see the turban, they automatically think, oh my God, you must be Middle Eastern. And so I guess that kind of just, gets them all revved up for whatever reason. What's the turban, the meaning of the turban?
Well, let me start with just a little bit of a background about the Sikh faith.
Okay, sure.
It originated in Punjab, India, back in 1469 with Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And at that time, people were bound by rigid laws that defined social status. And Guru Nanak Sahib Ji came and set three fundamental principles of the Sikh faith, which is Naam Japna, which is reciting on God's name, Kirt Karni, is working hard to earn an honest living, and Vand Shakana, which is sharing your earnings with your community and the less unfortunate. And the turban represents readiness to help your community, always willing to stand by your community in every way that we can. And when you see someone with a turban, you should be proud that your neighbors are Sikhs, because we are always willing to help in any way we can.
Yeah, so the turban means that you're willing to help your fellow neighbors.
Yes.
That's the meaning of the turban.
Yes, that
is in simple terms.
That's exactly right. You can just a person wearing a turban, a neighbor could just think by a person wearing a turban that this is a Red Cross member, ever alert, ever ready to serve, and he is a member of Red Cross, putting in simple terms. Like how Red Cross goes and responds to anything in the country. So we are community members sitting right next door to you, people who are wearing turbans, have given a pledge to our Guru that we will serve the community.
The Guru meaning God, right?
Meaning God.
Meaning God. Okay, so how far back does the turban go?
The turban goes back was from 1469 when our first Guru, our living Guru, he started this religion. His name is Guru Nanak. And his teachings are written in the Guru Granth Sahib, which are in our Gurdwaras. At that time, only the rich or the people who were controlling the communities or the people who were the kings could wear turbans. And we are talking about Punjab was the northern part of India, and which was bordering today's Iraq and Iran. So the Indian continent went all the way up to Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
So the people who were the kings of that time were only allowed to wear turbans.
Right. Okay, let's take a call here. We have a caller. Good morning, caller. You're on the air with our two guests here, Amrit and Jaswant.
Stand by. Okay, gotcha. Okay, two questions. Is Sikh a a religion and their nationality? And that's the first question. And is there such a thing as a Christian Sikh church? And those are the two questions I'd like to ask the friends that came in, your guests, and thank them for coming in. Thank you. If you can hear me, thank you for coming in.
Oh, they can hear you loud and clear. So can
Yeah, I love you people. I'm a Christian. I love you people. You farm like the Armenians. I am Armenian descent, and you're great. Yeah. You're an add-on to America. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming on.
And you're a farmer, right?
I'm a farmer myself. I farm grapes here in Kingsburg. And to answer your first question, is Sikh a
religion and nationality?
Religion and nationality. Sikhism is a religion, and because we are from India, it's associated with Indians. But we are a separate religion, that's in India. And like we said earlier, Sikhism is based on equality and justice for all, just like the American fabric is.
But do you consider your nationality to be Sikh too, or Indian?
Sikh.
Sikh.
Yes.
Okay, and the second part of that question is his question. The caller wanted to know if there's such a thing as a Christian Sikh church.
I don't know if there's a Christian Sikh church. We respect all religions, especially in our religion. We are not asked to go out and propagate our religion and ask others to join us. We are in fact forbidden. If somebody wants to come in and join us, they are most welcome.
But you're not going to seek them out.
We are not going to seek them out. We will never because we believe and we respect their religions in honesty, and we believe whoever they are, if it is a Hindu or a Christian, I want him to be a Christian and be a good Christian if he wants to be my friend.
Is Sikhism different than Hinduism?
Yes, it is different.
How so?
Go ahead.
Go ahead and talk into the mic there.
Yeah, Sikhism is based on meditating on God's name, and that scripture is Guru Granth Sahib Ji. We live by the teachings of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and Hinduism is a religion based in India, but their beliefs are different, and we respect that, and everyone has the right to believe in whichever religion of their choice, and we respect that, but it is a different religion than Hinduism.
They believe in idol worship, and we do not. We believe in one God. We believe that God has two forms, one which you can see and one which you cannot see. The one which you can see, you serve, and the one which you cannot see, you pray
to.
All right. Where were you born?
I was born in India.
And you?
Same. India.
Same. What part of India?
Punjab.
You?
Yes, I was born in Punjab.
Same.
Too.
Okay.
Yes.
Do most Sikhs come from that area?
Yes. That is correct.
They do. And how many Sikhs would you say there in the city of Fresno, roughly speaking?
About 40 to 50,000 in between that.
Okay, 40 to 50,000. So
Yes.
I said roughly 30,000, but that's kind of it's hard to pinpoint.
It's hard to pinpoint, like you said earlier.
Yeah,
but,
it really is. But those figures are rough.
Yes.
Rough figures. All right.
Figures,
436 Me TV option 11. If you want to call in and talk about the Sikhs, hey, we got a fly that's one of our viewers here. It's flying around the set, bugging us. Anyway, 436 Me TV option 11. If you want to call in and talk to our two Sikh friends here, talking about the Sikh religion and talking about some of these hate crimes that really need to come to a stop. And we'll talk about that during the course of the rest of this program. Waiting for your calls. Back in just a moment.
When you're looking for KitchenAid innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Ventura TV Appliance. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, will help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified KitchenAid appliances save you energy and money and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months. Ventura TV Appliance, serving you since 1951.
Not sure what you're watching? Want to see what's coming up next? Or just want to browse what's on without the hassle of flipping channels? Your wish has come true. Now you can view schedules for all the digital TV channels available in the Central Valley. Get local weather updates and forecasts, and listen to nationally syndicated Biz Talk Radio, all on KVHF 4.1. Rescan your TV now, then tune in to digital channel 4.1 to start enjoying the all-new TV guide.
Well, I have 2 children, and they keep us really busy. You know, Boy Scouts, saxophone, gymnastics.
We teach our kids the American values go hand in hand with the Sikh values. Tolerance, religious freedom, gender equality. Having that opportunity available for my daughter to pursue her dreams is just a beautiful thing.
What better country to practice my faith than America? I am proud to be called a Sikh American.
All right, one of the ads, part of the national campaign to make awareness around the country and around your, wherever you live, your community, your neighborhood, about who the Sikhs are, what they do. They're Americans, just like you and me. They're Sikh Americans. They're working. You guys are middle class. You have children. You have a farm. What do you do, Amrit?
I have a couple of gas stations. I farm as well.
Okay, so when did you both come to America?
Actually, my father immigrated to the United States back in 1977.
Okay, and you were how old at that time?
Actually, I came about 2 years later, and I was 10 years old back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you basically grew up here.
Basically grew up here, went to elementary school in Selma, graduated from Selma High School back in 1987, attended Fresno State.
Good.
Graduated in business and agricultural in 1991.
Yeah.
Started in real estate, and
that's great.
Then our family farm expanded, and I became a full-time farmer.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we got a phone call here. I'll get to your story in a moment here, okay?
Sure.
Let's see. Go ahead. Caller, you're on the air with our 2 Sikh friends. Go. What's your question? Go.
Yes. On the first video you showed, I believe, of the Sikh men speaking,
yeah.
I hardly saw any women at all in there. And I know there are, or have seen, I believe, Sikh women working. Why were they not there?
Okay,
and are they allowed to worship with the men or not?
Stay on the line, ma'am. Don't go away. Go
yes,
ahead.
we believe in equality, and there were some other ads. We made 5 other ads, and almost all of them are they have women in them. They are definitely allowed to worship. We believe in equality. In fact, they go and cook the meals. The lunch is there every time we go. Is on the house, served by the Sikh Gurdwara, and they play actually bigger roles or parts than men in the temple.
How so?
Well, because they are completely in charge of the meals, the lunches, the dinners, and the cooking and the cleaning of the church.
They organize the events?
They organize the events, yeah. There is no restrictions to them whatsoever in performance of the Sikh faith.
Okay, and caller, I just want to verify now, just out of the commercial break here, I just played a national campaign commercial that did show families, that did show women. Are you talking about the first video that featured Mayor Lee Brand and some city council people?
Yes, I was speaking about the one that had, Mayor Brand on it. Yeah, not the other one that was shown.
All right.
There were women there. They were just not on the mic. So, but they were on the side. Maybe, the camera didn't pick that up, but they were present.
But because it was a working day that day, and most of the women are working members of the community, so some of them came. In fact, I know Jaswant Singh Bals, his wife came. She is a teacher here in the Kingsburg school.
Actually, no, she actually works for the state of California as for Department of Health Services.
Get your facts right there, Amrit.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm just kidding.
I know. So I know she was there, but because it was a working day.
She was there. She was there. I know, I'm just kidding.
No, I understand.
I know that. I'm just giving you a bad time here. So Amanda, did that satisfy your question, or is there a deeper question that's in your mind?
Well, I guess that kind of answers the question. I just don't really see why there weren't more women even speaking on the mic, the Sikh women. I guess that's just my concern. I really know nothing about them, though most of the women are beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I would just like to see more of the women involved as, speaking in the mic, being in the conferences, taking a head start in it all.
Well, we will take this account for, and the next time when you see this happening, these events, we'll make sure the women are on the mics.
Now, let me ask you something, caller, just to keep you on the line here. You're not confusing Sikhism with Muslim, are you?
No, I don't think I am.
So are you under the false impression that Sikh women are not as high profile as the men? Is that what you're concerned about?
That is my concern. I mean, I'm not against the religion. I'm not against men. I would just I think the women should be a little more public.
But they have to want to be. They have to want to be.
That is true.
Not everybody wants to be in the public eye. You know what I mean?
And we would like to invite you to come out to the temple on any given Sunday, whether that be in Salma or Fresno.
Right.
And come into our congregation and join us and talk to some of the women present there. And that may answer some of your questions that you may have.
In the next month, we are having open house in December in the Visalia Sikh Temple, and anybody listening in Visalia or around Visalia can join us.
Okay. That sounds good. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Does that satisfy you?
Yeah, it pretty much does. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank
you for
Thank
calling.
you for the call, and thanks for watching. Thanks for calling. I guess it's time to take a break. I don't know. All right. 436 Me TV, option 11. We're back in just a moment.
The following is a list of celebrities you will not see on MeTV programs. Charlie Sheen, Lindsay Lohan, Snooki, Paris Hilton, Perez Hilton, Honey Boo Boo, Justin Bieber, Simon Cowell, Chris Brown, Miley Cyrus, and the Real Housewives of any place. This is who you will see on MeTV programs. Lucy, Ralph, Mary, Perry, Gilligan, Kenner, Spock, Batman, Rowdy, Festus, and the Beaver. MeTV. Thanks for watching.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Frigidaire Gallery appliances we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start, but you really should touch the merchandise before you buy.
Time for that upgrade to an Energy Star qualified French door Frigidaire Gallery refrigerator.
Quality appliances for the way you live. Get the best selection, price, and service in town without waiting. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise.
Back here on the program, 436 Me TV, option 11. A caller is waiting to get on the air, so go ahead. You're on with our two guests.
Hello, John, and hello to your guests. Welcome. And, John, thank you for bringing on these gentlemen. I think in these times when, people are concerned with, terrorism and don't have a clear definition, the difference between a Muslim and a Sikh or, different nationalities, it's good to do this. And I think it's good that they're doing a campaign. And hopefully it's not derived of anything really terrible, as a result of something terrible, and just rather an awareness, which I think is always important. So I have a question. My question is, how many Sikhs are there here in the Valley? I've been working here in the Valley, and I find them to be very, very hardworking, family-oriented people. As an Armenian, I see a lot of similarities in their culture and the way we have our culture, and I've been to weddings very close, similar to Armenian weddings, and the joyousness and their work ethic. And as today, as they describe the Sikh religion, I see a lot of similarities with the Bible in terms of not trying to Well, I won't go into detail. My question is the population, and where do they recommend a good Sikh or a Punjabi Indian cuisine here in the Central Valley? Where is considered one of the best restaurants to go eat? Thanks.
Cool.
That would be
Okay.
my question. Bye.
We kind of answered the question about how many Sikhs are here in the Central Valley. In the monologue, I said about 30,000. You said roughly 42. Debatable how much. Somewhere in between. We can agree on that. So, a great Sikh or Indian cuisine, I don't know.
There's a curry house in River Park, as well as Clay Oven, which is on Ashland and Marks. So you can definitely go there and enjoy a nice meal.
Give me a little education of how the Sikh food is or Indian food. What can we expect when you order a meal? What's the tradition?
It's a lot of lentils, and I mean any type of a dish that you would like to order, they can provide that. But mostly it's lentils, the naans, which is the bread.
Okay.
Yeah, there's different types of dishes.
Yes.
Different. All right, Amrit. Tell your story about how you came here and how you got started. Of course, we had Janswant, tell his side of the story about how he came here. He was 10 years old. What about your story?
Well, I came here back in 1987. I was 25 years old then. I had
already educated, huh?
A bachelor's of in accounting from India.
Wow.
And I went through to convent schools back in India called St. Xavier's, if you know. When I came here, the surprising thing for me was I went through all the way from grade 1 to grade 12. I would pray our Father, thou art in heaven, every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it was a convent school. And when I came here, I heard that they don't let kids pray in these schools here, and I was very, very surprised, and I was shocked.
Really?
Yes, why?
So you hadn't heard about that before, huh?
Yes.
But so over in India, they do pray in the schools.
Yes, they do.
Well, we it's not the same. It's different here. We got a constitution and all that stuff. So separation of church and state and all that. You know all about that now, but you didn't back then.
Yeah, back there when I went to school, just to let your callers know.
Hang on, caller, get to you in a moment.
We would raise funds for Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa used to come to our schools and hand over us little cans, and because.
What year was this?
She was a living prophet. If I have seen anybody closest to Jesus, I have read the Bible. That is the only person I have seen.
What year are we talking about?
Well, these was in the early 80s.
When you were still there?
I was still there, yeah.
And so you saw Mother Teresa come into the schools, huh?
Schools, yeah, we would raise funds for her, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I have seen her picking up kids from the streets. So
you saw this with your own eyes.
Yeah. Now it was very surprising when I came here that our Father, thou art in heaven is not being read, or these prayers are not being made.
Well, I guess there's so many different religions here. Not everybody is a Christian here. And so, I guess in India, mostly, how many religions in India? How many are there? 2, 3?
Well, mostly it's about more than 10 or 12 religions, more than 25 languages.
See, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any person living in India has to go through or know at least 5 languages to survive in India.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Caller, go ahead. You're on the air with our 2 guests.
Yes, I have a question. Are they allowed to date other races?
That's a good question. All right. That's a good one. Are you allowed to date women? Are Sikhs allowed to date women? Or women allowed to date men of different cultures, religions, races, that sort of thing? Or is it against your religion?
No, it is not against our religion. It is an individual choice.
It is?
Yes.
So you don't discourage it?
We don't discourage it, yes.
Okay. So what is it that you believe in? Tell us a little bit about the Sikh religion. I know you did in the beginning. You talked about God. But what else? What do you believe in? Do you believe there's a heaven? Do you believe there's a hell? Do you believe there's a devil? Are there angels that protect us? Is there? Do you believe in Christ? Was Jesus the Son of God in your belief?
Well, we will not contradict any religion. In fact, we are here to respect other religions.
Right.
But we believe that the heaven and hell is created by man's own karma, by what he does.
Mm-hmm.
It is in his own hands to live in heaven or hell, but there is no heaven in the seventh atmosphere somewhere in the seventh or the 10th or out of this planet that we have to go. We live in hell or we live in heaven by our own karma, by what we do.
Is there an afterlife in your belief?
Go ahead.
No, like Amrit Paul said, we believe in being good human beings and respecting every religion and every human being. And, you do good deeds here, and, whatever happens beyond, that happens.
So you don't believe in a heaven and a hell? When you die, there's no heaven or hell, right?
Who's to say?
Yeah, but I'm just saying in the Sikh religion, that's not your belief.
No, it is not our belief.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk more to our two Sikh friends here on the program. Hope you are willing to call in and ask some questions as well. Program is flying by, my friends. Time is a-wasting already. It's already 10:36. Back in just a moment.
Want to create something extraordinary? Create perfection. Our lifestyle appliances make it easy. KitchenAid, Ventura TV appliance, and you, when only the best will do.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified #1 rated high-efficiency Cabrio from Whirlpool Place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Whirlpool Cabrio laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
And part of the reason for showing that video is not to create any kind of shock and awe, but to create awareness because of the Sikh campaign, just the violence and the attacks on Sikhs since 9/11. And I do want to mention the names here in the city of Fresno. Since 2013, there have been 3 major attacks that made the news media. One of them took place on May the 5th, 2013. Piara Singh, he was beaten unconscious in Fresno. December 26, 2015, the day after Christmas, no less. Amrit Singh Ball, beaten, hit with a car here in Fresno. And on January the 1st, on New Year's Day of last year, let me see if I can get this name. Is that
Gurcharan Singh Gill?
Gurcharan Singh Gill,
yes,
stabbed to death in the city of Fresno. So those are 3 major crimes that made the headlines right here in the city of Fresno. So Sikhs are not only being attacked because they're being mistaken for Muslim, but I'm hoping that this program and others and the Sikh campaign will bring awareness to people out there that, hey, you're part of the fabric of this country. In fact, you were mentioning that Sikhs have always been here. Sikhs fought in World War I. They fought in World War II. In World War I, there were, 138,000
Sikhs
on the front lines fighting for this country.
Yes, exactly.
So go ahead.
That is very correct. As I said earlier, it is very unfortunate that people mistake us just because of the turban. It is the opposite. On the other side, we are the ones who have been helping in World War I, World War II, and all over the communities. I mean, wherever you see, wherever there is a national disaster, we are there. Recently in Houston, when...
Hang on, caller, get to you in a moment.
There was the Irma strike.
Yes.
We sent about 11 trucks of food and all the needy requirements from Fresno to Houston. 4 truck trailers to Fresno.
Food
full
and
of
amenities.
amenities, yeah.
All right, that was during Hurricane Harvey.
Even during the fires up north, there were supplies sent to Napa by the Sikh community.
And this is not that somebody tells us to do that, or we are just doing it to be known by the people. This is inbuilt in our community, in our hearts. When we pray, the first prayer comes out that God is one and everybody else He has made is my brother and sister. So it is inbuilt within us to serve the community.
It's part of your culture.
Yes.
All right. Caller, I want to put you on the air. Go ahead. You're on.
Mr. Early Mart here. I'm curious as to who are the people that are attacking these people.
That's a great question. Who are these people that are attacking you? Not you personally, but members, brothers and sisters of your community.
Well, the people who are attacking our store owners or on the street, these are the people who are A, illiterate, B, confused, 3, they have no kind of education level is almost 0 to none, and they are basically confusing us with the Muslims. And we are not here to say that Muslims are bad people. They are. Every community has a share of good and bad, but they are the people who are attacking us. The people who are very, very ignorant about our community.
Mm-hmm.
All right, another call coming in. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air. What's your question? What's your comment?
Yes, I do know the difference between the Sikhs and the Arabs, but I had a problem with the taxis. One time, I used to travel a lot up and down California, and I came in late one night, and I needed a taxi, and the driver told me to walk. And I thought that was very disrespectful. And, I seem to always have problems with the taxi drivers at the airport, and I just don't understand it. I don't know if it's because I'm a female, if it's because I'm African American. I don't know what it is. But it got so bad that day because I was exhausted that I fell out in the airport, and it was just a really weird situation that I've never experienced before except here in Fresno. And so I had that experience, and I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it.
But stay there, caller, just for a minute. I don't think you can judge, one or two people and then just throw a blanket over the entire Sikh community. Am I right about that?
Exactly, and we're sorry that you had to go through that experience, don't judge the community, like John said, by one person's actions. Overall, try to get to know who we are. When you see somebody on the street, talk to us. When we know something about one another, I think those differences will go away, and we will learn how to respect one another.
What do most of the Sikh people here in the Central Valley do for a living? How do they make their living? Are they small business owners? I heard in the video Lee Brand, the mayor of Fresno, say, that you are a valuable asset to this community, and most here are small business owners. Is that true?
That is very correct.
And what businesses are we talking about?
Mostly Sikh community is, I don't see there is any business which Sikh community is not involved in. I mean, including gas stations and hotels and owning subways and small and big restaurants, and then on and on. Farmers, I mean, you name it, and Sikh community is in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was researching a little bit on the Sikhs and how long we've been part of the American fabric. Early Sikhs immigrated here in the late 1800s and started working on the railroads and the farms in British Columbia. And by 1903, or between 1903 and 1908, there were 2,000 Sikhs that were working on the for the Western Railway, and
talking about the Transcontinental Railroad.
Yeah, and built the railroad that connected the East Coast to the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And they were part. They also built about a 700-mile stretch of road from Oakland to Salt Lake City, Utah, which is now Interstate 80. Which was amazing to know that our forefathers have been part of this fabric, and then World War I, they were part of the American fabric. Today, up in Yuba City, the Sikhs farm over 90% of the peaches there. 60% of the prune crop is farmed by Sikhs.
I had read
and in the Central Valley,
right?
32% of the table grapes are farmed by Sikhs.
What I had read too, there's probably some of the same articles that you read, that the Sikh people emigrated here in the late 1800s, right around the turn of the century, but what I didn't understand or didn't know is what brought them here. Why did they come here? And of course, they've been a part of the fabric of this community. And you, with a lot of other cultures, helped build the foundation of this country in the early 1900s.
Right.
So many other cultures involved, along with the Sikhs.
Right.
The Sikhs were part of that.
Yes.
But why did they come here? Why did they immigrate here?
Just a better opportunity,
And also, they are very big entrepreneurs. I mean, the quality in Sikhs is that they will go. They are very outgoing, and they are very, very big risk takers. One thing we forgot to mention is...
really? They're risk takers?
Oh, yes.
Sikhs are?
Very, very
Explain
big risk
that to me.
takers. I mean, they...
You got money in the stock market, do you?
Well, we believe in hard work and toil ourselves but we forgot the community to the mention was the engineers and doctors.
Right.
And that community is there. Sikhs are very much into engineering. And also, I mean,
medicine.
In medicine, yeah.
Yes.
Up and down Highway 99, all the hospitals you call any clinic, there will be a Sikh doctor.
Right.
Yeah.
So they specialize in. So any event of life, Sikhs have. There is no event that Sikhs have not invaded.
Yeah. And we're talking about the Sikh campaign today here on the program, and We Are Sikhs. The awareness that Sikhs are not Muslim, but that doesn't mean that you can go out and attack Muslims. I mean, that's certainly not what we're advocating here. We're advocating that you attack no one. Leave people alone. It doesn't matter their race, creed, color, or religion. 436 MeTV option 11. We're back in just a moment with our Sikh friends here on the program.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the KitchenAid appliances we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy.
Save big with KitchenAid. Right now, get up to a $1,000 prepaid MasterCard when you purchase select KitchenAid appliances.
Get the best selection, price, and service in town without waiting.
Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
The following is a list of celebrities you will not see on MeTV programs. Charlie Sheen, Lindsay Lohan, Snooki, Paris Hilton, Perez Hilton, Honey Boo Boo, Justin Bieber, Simon Cowell, Chris Brown, Miley Cyrus, and the Real Housewives of any place. This is who you will see on MeTV programs. Lucy, Ralph, Mary, Perry, Gilligan, Kenneth, Spock, Batman, Rowdy, Festus, and the Beaver. MeTV. Thanks for watching.
We're back here on the program talking about the Sikh campaign, and let me read some more numbers. I did this at the top of the show. I read off a bunch of numbers, 25 million around the world, all the thousands of Sikhs that are here in the Central Valley.
Right.
Now, since the Sikh campaign started back in April, We Are Sikhs campaign with all the television commercials.
Right.
All right, here are 3 different polls. Sikhs are good neighbors. 68% agree, and that's up by 30% since the ads began running. Sikhs are generous and kind. 64% of the people say, yes, that's true. That's up by 23%. And Sikhs believe in equality, and they believe in respect for all. 67% of the population polled in this poll that was conducted by the National Sikh Campaign, 67% said that's true. That's up by 31%. So it seems like the ads have been effective. It seems like they're working. Am I right?
That is very true. That is correct.
And so the backlash, has there been any negative backlash, or has it been all positive?
It's been very positive. As you can see from the numbers that you just mentioned, we've had a tremendous response from our community about knowing who we are and understanding what our values are.
Who has paid for all it? Because running these national ads costs millions of dollars around the country.
Yes.
Who put together the ads? Who's paying for them? Do you know anything about that?
Yes. The organization is We Are the Sikhs.
Okay.
It's
a national organization.
It's a national organization. It was organized in Washington, D.C. by Dr. Rajwant Singh.
Okay.
And Gurvind Singh. And they just basically went out into the Sikh community in different cities around the country and, proposed this campaign ad.
Uh-huh.
And the community stepped up and raised funds to run these ads. And
all over the nation.
All over the nation.
In India, are they aware of these ads?
Yes.
Yes.
Are they aware of what we're doing here in the States?
Oh, yes.
That is correct.
Yes.
They're aware of this, and in fact, they are running these ads in some of the North Indian channels as we speak.
Really? Are they running them in some of the schools as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right.
I just spoke with a Indian TV outlet last night, and I asked them, and they asked my schedule, and I said, well, I'm going to be here with you, and they said to give them a bite, and they will run it on Indian television.
Oh, sure. This show is going to be posted on YouTube.
Yeah.
So YouTube is seen around the world. So
Yes.
they can see it. They can see this program in India once this thing is done and posted on YouTube.
Right.
Is that okay?
That is correct.
All right.
That's fine.
In fact, I'll email you the link, and you guys can post it wherever you want. Your
Sure.
friends in India can watch it.
Sure.
All right, caller, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yes. I would like to welcome your guests, number one. And number two is that they are rural friendly. I have a primary doctor that has a lot of Sikhs as patients and all, Hispanic. I'm a Hispanic, and I must say they're very open. I mean, as far as if you talk to them, they're real friendly. And I always try to find out information. But let me ask you a question. the Sikhs always wear those turbans? And do the young men, how old do they, I mean, it must be before they do wear them? Or is it just the elders that wear them at this time, you know? I have a lot of respect for you, okay?
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, go ahead and who wants to pick it up? Jaswan?
Sure. Thanks for the call. Appreciate the question. Do all men wear turban? Not all men wear the turban. You know, we are some of us that are more committed to the faith wear the turban and keep the unshorn hair, and others are still in the process of learning the faith and understanding the faith, and you know, will eventually ultimately commit to the faith. And as far as how old are men when they start wearing the turban, my boys started wearing the turban when they were 4 or 5 years old.
You have how many kids?
I have 2 boys. One's a junior at Fresno State. The other's a junior at Kingsburg High School.
And I hope they're doing well, and I hope they're not being harassed by anyone.
No, you know, actually after the campaign started, there were teachers that actually came up to Harjiv and said, "Oh, we saw your ad. That's great what you're doing. We want to make sure all the, you know, students also understand who you are."
Yeah, and positive reaction from Fresno State?
Yes, yes.
Great.
Yes.
All right. We got about a minute left. Any final parting words here? Go ahead, Amrit. Why don't you close it out?
Well, we want to talk to our community and tell them and make sure that we are there to serve all around here in the Central Valley. Like this year, earlier on 4th of July, what happened in Visalia, they were short of funds for the 4th of July celebrations, and we helped them out on that. And we are there to help all the communities anywhere to take care of any needs they might have.
We got to go. I don't want to get cut off. Amrit, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Jaswan, thank you for
appreciate
coming in.
for the invitation.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
luck.
you very much.
We'll make sure the people in India see this program.
I appreciate for the invitation
Amrit
as
Pal
well.
Singh and Jaswan Singh, part of our community, part of the American fabric right here in the Central Valley. We appreciate their appearance. Tomorrow it's Richard Graham talking about Veterans Day. Have a great day yourself, my friends. See you back here tomorrow.